I do not know why. Yeah, it's not going to be the same if I can't access the chat. And right now, what's happening in the YouTube in the live stream is that I see I see this something went wrong monkey. Now YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain stream viewing stream health. Okay. Uh yeah, this I wish I could I wish I could show you guys because it's I've got a monkey and I've got no live chat and I want to be able to answer your questions and I want to see um yeah, your questions. If we can't interact then it's really like it's in large part defeating and I don't know what this is from YouTube. I've never had this come up from YouTube is where I've got uh the chat cut off. Yeah, so chat is still cut off. Uh, so I think I think my option is to sign out here and then sign back in. I mean, I'm on Google Chrome. Like, there's it's if something's going to work, it should be on Google Chrome. So I don't know why it wouldn't why it's not working. All right, so I'm going to pick up. I'm going to sign out and then I'm going to pick up with the stream, and we'll see if YouTube can figure it out. There we go. Yes. All right. I think we're good now. I've got. I can see the chat. Hi, Mike. Hi, Kim. Hi, Mauricio. Thank you very much for joining. This is, you will be a part of a very exclusive group that can see the future of the industry before it happens. A lot of times people just need to see something happen before they believe in it. This is one of those things where you're going to see how the marketplace is going to change, and not only that, how you can be a part of this new marketplace. So we're going to change the dynamics. Um, and let's see, I've got one engage with your audience. Let's see. No. That's good. Let's see, I think there are more people on the chat right. You three have started. So, all right. All right. Let's see here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start this live stream off with okay. All right, Kim, thank you for responding. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm showing 5 people in the stream. Uh, Maybe a few more will join. But on this opening slide here on the PowerPoint, um, sounds good, Mauricio. Um, yeah, I wish I had myself on the live screen, but we're inside the studio. I can now chat, and we are looking at my PowerPoint here, and this is going to be even better than what I was going to have for you guys on Friday. On this first one, I have a mock LinkedIn, a LinkedIn message, right? And I've seen this so many times. And it was funny because when I searched for it on LinkedIn and I tried to find a sample one, I couldn't find a sample one, but I do have a mock up. And someone is an accessibility specialist and they just got fired from their job. I worked for this company for 5 years and they just said, thanks, we don't need you anymore. Reaching out to my network to see if anyone knows someone looking for an accessibility design specialist. I have seen a version of this post so many times. And what I'm going to get at today is going to change this. It's not going to be necessary if you don't want it to be anymore. So on this next slide, I couldn't help but notice. And these are just things like as I come across different, I just come across different posts, different things that people say to me. And here's what I've seen over the last few years. Accessibility professionals are overlooked. They are discarded. They are disrespected. There are high quality people that have a very hard time getting jobs, getting an interview. They're led on. They are involved in multiple rounds of interviews. They are not paid. I know of people that can provide excellent work and they don't get the job, but they get a lot of their time wasted. So that's what I have next. The job process is disrespectful. And the traditional education does not teach you business. So you learn a trade, you learn about a subject matter, but you don't learn about the actual execution of that subject matter. What you learn is just all about it, right? Like you guys know all about accessibility, but you're not taught like this is exactly what you need to do to go out and monetize that knowledge and monetize that trade. And then one other last thing that I have that I can't help but notice is that, and this is increasingly the case, and this isn't just digital accessibility, this is everywhere. And we're going to talk more about how it's platforms too, but corporate greed seeks to extract any and all value. So when you participate in different ecosystems, what happens is the ecosystem itself, the platform can't help itself. They just get so greedy. And even if they don't start out greedy, they become greedy and they just try to take all of the money and all of the value from themselves. And so we'll get more on this in a moment. But on this next slide, I have a picture of the ocean and the tides. They are a turning. So right now, you have an amphitheater style front seat into what's going to be the new marketplace and the new way things are done. And so it obviously here we have the start of everything that I'm doing. I've talked about the Costco of accessibility. I talked about the Netflix of accessibility. You guys have already been able to experience the Netflix of accessibility. I've posted either 10 or close to 10 videos so far, and it's not going to stop. And these videos are, the videos that I'm coming up with are a lot of the things that I'm noticing that are missing, but I mean, it's not going to stop there. Like there are going to be so many dozens of videos in just a few months. But that's what we have so far. We have this Netflix, and then we have the community. So already in the community, you can see that it's very possible to partner with someone. It's not been as active as I would like, but I think that's just a matter of once we get more people in there, once there are more constant messages, then you're going to see that pick up as well. So we've got that, and that's the Netflix of accessibility. So this is a video library. You've got videos for your business development, for your success, YouTube interaction, chat, right here, right? We can chat. We've got live streams. I'll have another live stream. I joked in the chat that I wasn't going to have the live stream where I answer questions. I'm still going to have that. Like, we're still going to have a live stream where you can ask me questions and I'm going to answer those. And then, of course, there's the community, and there's the community aspect on the YouTube side as well. It's not just Discord, it's on YouTube as well. So this is education and network designed for you to optimize your contracting, your business, and for you to begin to thrive operating independently. So it's like a mastermind group, but like, it's just, I haven't framed it as such, but that's really what's happening is like, hey, we've got all of these minds. Kim, I know you've already have a group and you've been talking about the business side of accessibility. And so this here again, we have that, and we have the Netflix side where I'm posting content, and this is just continual education designed to set you up for success. So that's what's in place. That's what you guys have experienced so far. What you have not experienced is the Costco side of accessibility, and this is something that I have been really talking about more because hi Anna, Anna, thanks for joining. Um, I have not talked about the Costco side of accessibility. I've only previewed it, and now I'm going to actually talk about it. Now we're actually going to get into the details where you understand exactly what I've been alluding to you and what I've been so vague about. So when it comes to Costco, what are some characteristics? Well, we've got a wholesale club, and an annual fee unlocks member benefits. And by the way, this is inside of the US. It's a popular club. If you haven't heard of Costco, you may have heard of Sam's Club, which is Walmart's version of a wholesale club. But Costco is another wholesale club. It's very popular. I particularly like Costco because of the value it presents. So once you're a member, you really just open up to a whole a whole fleet of value. You know, you can go take your car there. They'll work on your tires. They have vacations. I have signed up for their rental car service, so you get discounts on rental cars. And so what they do is they really get the best value for everybody that's a part of their club. And I think you can look this up. I think it's only 14% markup on everything in the warehouse. So the products are great value. People buy from Costco because of trust, ease, value, etc. And it's designed for buying. So it's a marketplace. So people seek out this marketplace ecosystem directly. So you go to Costco to be a part of what they are selling. And the seller placement means huge volume. So if you're a part of Costco, if you're selling into Costco, this means that you have exposure to a very, very wide audience, especially if you have a national rollout. And then Kim, you wrote cheap chicken and hot dogs. Yes, like that's among the benefits, right? Like Costco is very practical, and they have, I don't know if they're still $1.59 hot dogs or $1.50, but you know, the point being is that it's very consumer friendly. Costco is. And so the Costco of accessibility takes some of those characteristics, embodies those, and is about you taking control of your income. So we talked about jobs earlier. We talked about getting fired earlier. Well, what if it didn't really matter if you had a job or not? Like, you could choose to have a job, and then you could also have your independent business or your contracting, your independent contracting on the side. So with the Costco of accessibility, you have visibility for your products and services and yourself. And this is what's been missing for a long, long time, is that accessibility professionals are able to be stomped on because they don't have visibility. They don't have, they don't have the marketing in place. They don't have the channel. They don't have the mechanism to be seen, right? Like, and it's like, how can you ever sell your services, even if you offer the best services? How can you offer services if nobody can find you? It's very, very difficult, right? You have to try to network and try to work one person at a time. And I found out firsthand, right? I've spent 2.5 years building up accessible.org to the point where anybody can go and, I can get more people. I have the visibility. The other day I checked, I ranked #1 for WCAG audit. So it took me a while to get here. And there was a lot of investment, but not everybody has this. And I don't want you guys to wait for I don't want you to wait for 2.5 years before you have um, a something where you have visibility. So the Costco of accessibility brings in marketing, advertising, and conversion rate optimization all in one. So when I say conversion rate optimization, where people are going to go ahead and message you, and you're going to have a lead that is interested in working with you. So this is real professionals, real people taking over the marketplace. This is different than what we have now. So on this next slide, I have a new era in digital accessibility. That is what this marks. This is something different. This is a different way that the marketplace is going to behave. So the existing marketplace, the buyer looks for services. They come across sellers with the biggest marketing budget, and then the buyer overpays for inflated product or service package. Now, obviously this is generalized, but that's more or less what's happening. That is how the marketplace um, is. That is how the marketplace unfolds right now. And so, when you look at these accessibility companies, what they are is they are essentially middlemen. And by the way, accessible.org no different, although you don't have the markup from myself that you do have from other companies. But that's what's happening, right? You have those who, being myself, I've invested in the visibility, yes, but then with the other companies, they have even more money to put towards visibility, and so they're getting the market share. That is why the companies are worth tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, is they have the market share. But all they are middlemen. That's all they are. Because what are they doing? They are taking the accessibility experts and then they are leveraging those experts to resell their services. So the accessibility seller hires experts and then markets the services and charges a premium. Now, do they add some value? Yes, there's some value add in here, but it's not to the extent of which they mark up the services. So we see the same sellers show up on Google and everywhere else, right? Anywhere there's a marketing channel, we see the same sellers showing up over and over again. And that is because they pay thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars for SEO and pay per click and whatever else they're doing. So, why do we need the middlemen? We really don't. The middlemen have a very limited purpose. You don't need to have them. So, what if we just took out the middleman and buyers could hire you, the experts, directly? So I have here an AI generated image where we've got a car dealership and we've got the buyer and we've got the car dealer and then we've got another guy in the middle just there, right? We can cut him out. We don't need him. So the buyers can go directly to audits, remediation, consulting, training, and management. And that is really more efficient. That's a more efficient marketplace where we are taking out the fluff. And that's wins across the board. So we've got buyers paying less, experts getting more, buyers getting more flexibility, and this is all possible with a direct connection. So again, what's holding this back? It's about $500,000 a year in marketing spend, quite possibly more. I don't know what exactly the enterprise companies are paying, but let's say it's 500,000 to $1 million in marketing spends so that they can capture, what is it, 80+% of this marketplace. So SEO, pay per clicks, paid placements, paid partnerships, and the like. So the pain point for experts is you have the skills, you have the knowledge that the buyers need, but you have no visibility, so the connection's not happening, right? Like even if you have a website and social media profiles and even freelancing platforms or freelancing profiles, there's no marketing power behind the website and the social media, and your freelancing profile is hidden. It's really gated in this separate platform. And we'll talk more about the freelancing side in a moment. But that's what's in place here. Like you might have a website, but do you rank at the top of Google? Like for what keywords? How much traffic? How much organic traffic are you getting? The point being is there's not a lot of marketing power behind your individual websites, even though you are the experts and people want to find you. And I think when I was creating this presentation, I thought about UFC fighters. And they can't get more pay because they can never consolidate their power. So if you're unfamiliar with the UFC, it's a mixed martial arts fighting organization, the number one organization in the world by far. But the fighters are poorly paid. And in some cases, the fighters are working second jobs, and that is not an exaggeration. they'll work at Home Depot, they'll be a real estate agent, etc., while they're trying to continue this professional fighting endeavor. And that is because the UFC pays them horribly, horribly. I think it's 18% of the revenue goes to the fighters. And so what you have here are a bunch of individuals working separately, trying to maximize their earnings by themselves. It's very difficult to do so. Only a very few rise to the top and actually get close to their market value. And so collectively, they never get what they deserve. I have a picture here of Dana White, who, when you ask him about fighter pay, wants to do anything other than talk about it. So what now, right? What if instead of working with the existing formula that is playing out currently in the marketplace, we poured out what's in the glass and we created a new formula? And that's what I am proposing today, a new marketplace where buyers can go directly to this better marketplace, and the marketplace will still be found in Google. The marketplace will still be fueled by social media, but now the marketplace itself becomes a destination, like Costco, like how so many people, millions of people, seek out Costco directly. That is what can happen here. And it's not as if other channels can't funnel visibility to Costco, but Costco in itself becomes a marketplace, and the more it becomes known, the more desirable, the more people seek it out. So the reason that I am talking to you about this, and well, one of the reasons is you can have very valuable real estate in this marketplace. So think of like shelf space on Costco. So hundreds of thousands of buyers can find your products and services through your page. And so that's what's happening here. And you will have visibility. You will have a marketplace that is optimized for buyers to find your products and services. And it will be optimized for search engine optimization and AI citations. I'm getting more and more traffic through AI. AI is a real traffic generator. So think about Google organic search. Think about Google AI overviews. Think about Bing search. Think about ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini, all potentially finding this marketplace and recognizing that you are an expert in this marketplace. The marketplace is open, right? We'll contrast this with freelancing platforms in a moment, but this is an open marketplace, meaning that you are not restricted by these let's just call them walls that social media platforms can have, and or by the restrictions that you see in other platforms. So the conversions will be better, and your real estate, your page highlights what you offer and makes it easy for people to visit your website, your social media, and contact you. So here we have the channel, right? When you think about how do I make my presence more powerful, it can flow, your presence can flow to and from this marketplace. And there will be promotion. So it doesn't just stop at you having real estate in this marketplace. The marketplace agent promotes your page and your offer on LinkedIn and Twitter weekly. So you get more social proof, more citations, and more brand name mentions. At the end of this presentation, I want to add in something extra on brand name mentions, something that very few people are aware of, but it's very powerful. But anyways, you can get 1 credit per month to promote your page in a blog post on the marketplace, and more credits for other properties if you're in the small business here. So what this is all getting at, it might sound somewhat abstract, but as there's a marketplace, and you will have the ability to market directly on the marketplace in addition to your page, and there will be marketing done on your behalf on LinkedIn and on Twitter. Yes. And then there's the exchange. So there's the exchange here is there's a monthly membership fee. You link to whatever, if you have any blog posts, you link to those blog posts from your website, from your social media. You follow and subscribe to the marketplace social channels, and then you for any social posts from the marketplace agent that are promoting you, then you interact with those, you like, retweet, share, etc., and then you link to the marketplace homepage and your page. So what this does is it enables the marketplace to become more powerful, right? The more people you have doing this, then the stronger the push towards the marketplace, and ends up it ends up benefiting you directly and indirectly because you're on the marketplace, and then you're promoting your page on the marketplace, and if you have a blog post, your blog post on the marketplace. So I have here the power of 50 because the more organic activity and more signals the marketplace gets. Okay, so I held off there for a moment because the YouTube cut the stream. But going back to what I was saying, I have here the power of 50. So the more organic activity and the more signals this marketplace gets, the stronger it grows. The more members, the more power. And I have here 50 members. Once you hit 50 members, the activity and the signals are going to begin to overwhelm. Anna, it will be very. I'm going to make it very clear here in a moment, but I'm just setting this up because it's not that complicated, and it will only take like a few minutes once I take it out of the abstract. But what I'm getting at here is that with 50 members, the activity and the signals will begin to overwhelm and displace the current biggest marketing budgets because you can't pay for what the marketplace will receive in exchange from everybody who is listed. All right, so here it is. Here's this next slide where we take it out of the abstract. This is accessibility base. So you find accessibility professionals directly through accessibility base. And the tagline is you work with the experts that accessibility companies hire. So now we have a platform. 50 members won't be saying the same thing, but 50 members, this is a question from Kim, 50 members won't be saying the exact same thing. There will be overlap, but this is in part why I want everybody to specialize in something so that when you're specialized, you're more tailored. But multiple people can offer audits, multiple people can offer remediation, but it will be up for everyone to, any buyers to decide what they want to look at, like who they prefer, who's the most appealing. And so but it's about accessibility. So the idea here is that it's not like, yes, there would be some, I suppose, some competition among the people listed, but it's not to such a degree that you would be lost in the shuffle because this is going to be the marketplace. This is what is. Think about all of the leads that you get from to Level Access to UsableNet to TPGI to AudioEye. All of those leads, this is cutting into that. So if you're concerned, well, there's going to be another listing and they're going to be like me and they're going to offer the same thing as me. Guys, this is about turning this marketplace into something completely different. And so it's the concern here wouldn't be that someone's going to take your work. The concern here would be that you have a page and you can't fulfill the work. So that's what's in play here. Don't, if you're thinking about it from we have 3 people working on remediation. No. The game, I'm flipping this. This is to where it's like there will be too much work. That's what the other side of this is. So here we're finding accessibility professionals. It's an open marketplace. This is right now you can find work through Upwork and Fiverr, but they rip you off. And this gets back to the value extraction I was talking about. Is like these platforms, we wouldn't need this. This wouldn't be such an obvious answer in the marketplace if these people didn't rip you off. Like, let's just say they charge 5% of your project and everybody was fair about it. Then I would tell you, go to Upwork, go to Fiverr. And I can't tell you that because they take all of the value from it. They take the entire contract to where you can't really even make any money. Yes, yes, Mauricio, exactly. Like this is what I'm proposing is like is a centralized collaboration and where we open up everything. And so going back to the slide, there's a monthly fee depending on what you want to do of $30 or $40 or $50. More on the fee in a moment. But everything's completely open and there's no percentage being taken. And so, when you start to think you're like $30 a month, $50 a month, that's a lot, but it's if you have one project on Upwork or Fiverr, this completely the value is returned immediately. And we're not done here. It's not just that you have a page, that you have shelf space on Costco. It's more than that. Costco is working for you. So your page will be optimized for SEO and leads. Buyers can contact you directly, and there's no, when you think about LinkedIn, think about how they want you inside. They want you trapped inside of this. I can't think of the word, but they want you trapped inside of this network that they have. They want you to go through them. This is open. This is your website is linked. So right there too for SEO purposes, if you were to get a backlink, that's already a win, right? But you're getting links to your website, your social media, your contact, your email. This is not it's not about hiding you. It's not about keeping everything closed. It's about opening everything up wide open so that you can be found on Google. Your page can be found. You'll be cited to on ChatGPT. That's the vision. The Google Gemini is finding you. And so now it's no longer like, hey, let's go through this enterprise accessibility company and everything has to flow through them and then maybe we'll get work through them. No, it's like each of these pages is becoming a pillar. And so it's like another company page for you, except for this one has more power because it has everything behind it. And so you can be contacted directly. You can promote your website and your social media. This is all about you promoting you. This is strictly for you, but it's been the page is optimized for you to get right to the point and showcase what you do. So on this next page, I have Fiverr here. And so this is just a Fiverr member. This is on their forum. So over 30% crazy. This is crazy. According to a new annual report, Fiverr increased the take to 31.8%, including freelancers' costs of promoted gigs and Seller Plus subscriptions. I bet shareholders like that, but as a user, both buyer and seller, I'm telling you, this is unsustainable. As much as I'd love for Fiverr to be my main workspace, I can only afford it as a supplement to my freelance business. And I wasn't surprised by the 5% loss of active users that Fiverr also reported. No other platform drains its users so heavily, or am I missing something? So I'm presenting you these screenshots because I want I want to set like what's happening right now and why it's so difficult for anybody to actually gain any traction using one of these platforms. So here's another post on Fiverr, the Fiverr forum. I'm a bit confused with these fees. Just completed the order for 150 and earned 84 from it. Is that a joke? That is horrible. Almost 47%. I can barely pay for Seller Plus fees and promoted gigs for the last few months. Have too few orders and now such fees. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, so this is what I'm getting at. It's like, how can you make money as a professional if these platforms, which are supposed to serve you, you pay a fee for? And cede over all control and to these different platforms. Why not make it wide open? And when this happens, when this starts to take hold, it can take hold fast. And this is something where when people realize what's going on and the power that is here, this only grows the marketplace. So just two more on the platforms. So Upwork recently changed to variable pricing, and when they say 0 to 15%, what they mean is 15%. So we have two comments from Reddit. They're absolutely aiming to keep it at 15% long term. This doesn't surprise me at all, as Upwork has been nickel and diming freelancers for years now. And then it says, I'm happy with the way things are going lately, but I'll have time to focus to a switch to LinkedIn, where I can continue a freelancer platform more independently from platforms. So yeah, he's going to LinkedIn, but LinkedIn's not optimal either because LinkedIn um, has you put in. LinkedIn has it so that you can only have certain things on your profile, and it's not really optimized for that direct lead. And then one other thing here that's taking money away from you. It's not just the seller fees, it's the buyer fees. And I've experienced this as well. Upwork clients pay a client marketplace fee around 3 to 5% on basic, up to 10% for bonus plus on payments, plus a one-time contract initiation fee, and then it's up to $15 for new contracts. So this all gets at it is very expensive. And you know what's bad is you can't even tell all of the fees that are associated when you sign up. There's just so much going on, and it's all from them scraping and pulling out for these contracts, and they're making it hard for you to be successful. And so, what is really going on here with me? You have the education side. The education side is designed to help you be more successful and thrive in what you're doing. And now I'm putting together the channel to make it happen, right? So this is the part you've been missing is like, yeah, education, here's what to do, but not just what to do, here's how you do it. Yeah, Mauricio, it's with those fees, like it discourages buyers, right? It makes a buyer more reluctant, and then it makes it difficult for the seller. It's really the seller has to pay for advertising if they want visibility. For a lot of sellers, it just becomes really difficult to actually have a profit because you've got to compete with the marketplace too. Even if you could charge less, now everything's inflated. So going back to accessibility base, your page is promoted on accessibility bases, LinkedIn and Twitter. This is a part of the marketplace. Your website is linked from your page. You link to your page and accessibility base. You promote your social promotion, and that's what's going on here. I've talked about the SEO and AI. This is there's a lot coming out with AI and ranking on AI. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but accessible.org actually ranks really well for AI, and I'm going to try to bring that forward to accessibility base. As accessibility base grows, I'm going to put more into it. This is not a matter of like, hey, we're looking to stop and we're looking to get to a certain point, and then once we get to 50 members, then okay, we'll see what happens. No, this is like me with Accessibility Tracker with accessible.org. If you've watched my YouTube channel at all, you know how obsessive I get. This is something I want to push, and I want to change the marketplace forever, and it's going to change. Just the very fact that we're having this initial live stream, this is already put into motion. Right now there are only 4 people here. Maybe I think we maxed out at 6, but it just because there are the numbers are low here, it doesn't mean that this isn't going to be something different. And I think this is going to be. We'll look back on the stream, but this is what is going to change this marketplace, and it's the desire for changes here. Nobody wants to go through these enterprise companies that are charging 20, 40, 50, $60,000 for a package, right? You could be hired directly as an employee, as a contractor, as project work. You can get this work directly through the marketplace. So your page benefits you. Base indirectly benefits you. The more powerful it becomes, the more visibility you will have, and it becomes a marketplace hub. The more base pages are worth. I can also tell you that just like you saw with Fiverr and Upwork, they increased their price in terms of percentages. I'm going to increase the price too. It's not always just because you come along and you see accessibility base is doing well and it's the SEO's doing well. When people try to sign up later, it's not going to be the same, right? Like they're not going to get the same buy-in as you guys. You guys are going to be the very important, pivotal initial starting point. It's not always going to be this way. Like when this is popular, you're not going to be able to walk up and get the same price. So you can promote products, services, events, campaigns, content, business. You could have more than one page if you wanted to, but it's all here to promote anything that you want to promote. So the value is the social promotion, the link. I can tell you that accessible.org I am going to link from accessible.org, which is a very authoritative website. I think my DA is like 72 right now. To the first 25 pages, you will have a direct link coming from accessible.org to your page. The small business tier gets to promote their services in. It's also going to be the contractor tier that gets to be promoted on the base blog, but you'll also be promoted on other content channels. And then you can easily link with the base badge. And so that what'll be nice about the base badge is that you will be able to basically display that you're a member, and it has some of a connotation with a with having a certification, even though it's not a certification. But it will just look it looks nice if you are already someone who would want to demonstrate like you're a DHS trusted tester or you have IAAP certification. This would go right along with this, and so it's an easy way to link back to base. And if you buy in early, you will get 50% off your first 4 months. So this is even before the price that I just mentioned earlier. You lock in your price, you will reap the rewards as the platform appreciates over time. When I say appreciates, I will increase the price of this. I guarantee, but you will not. If you're a part of early, you will not have the price increase on you because you built it, you helped build it. So the upside here is extremely low. The downside, or the upside is extremely high. The downside is extremely low. And this has real powerhouse potential. Like, I think going through this stream, you now have a really good idea of the vision I have. And this isn't getting a few clients. This isn't 10 clients. This isn't 100 clients. This is taking over the marketplace. That is what I have in mind, and I am going to push it. And so that is the PowerPoint that I have. Now let's talk. Like, Anna, do you still have a question? Does it make more sense now? Um, I'm interested to hear what you guys think, and what questions you have about it, so I can answer those. And yeah, we'll start there. Mike says, "I love it." Thank you, Mike. This has been in the works. I started to think about this when I started about. I've been thinking about a directory for accessibility professionals for a while, but this takes it to an extreme that I had not, like, I didn't originally think, because what you'll notice for me is I like to keep things open and untamed. And the platforms that currently exist, the freelancer platforms, they are very closed, and they try to, they have their measures where they try to keep you under wraps. Yes, this is an addition to the current community membership. So the YouTube is the Netflix of accessibility. The Discord comes along with YouTube. So all the community there, and the YouTube membership, that's for the videos, that's for the instruction. I'm helping you guys, with the building your business, and optimizing what you have. The channel is the accessibility base is a way to put this into place. So Anna, you wrote, yes, it makes sense. Yeah, this is it's not that complex, but it's just a fundamental shift, and I think it's something where if you can see what I'm putting into place, then you can start to see that down the line, this has real chance to just bring you just endless clients. And I want this to be a teeming marketplace where we have hundreds of people available. Kim, it is not completely live now, but if you go to accessibilitybase.com and you select join, then you can see and you can join. I have not finished off the. It's really close. It's really close, but the marketplace is it's not completely live yet. You can subscribe. By the way, let me put the promo code for the 50% off for the first 4 months is base 50. And we'll be talking about this, right? Like, I'm going to be working with you. It's not to where the flow is working completely now. But once you sign up, you get your weekly promotion on LinkedIn and on Twitter, and it doesn't stop there. There are plans for even more social media, but it's just I haven't. We have to build up an initial starting point. It's still a little abstract, but that's normal for me. If I can see it, then it makes more sense. If that makes more sense, yes, it does. So let me send you. Let's actually let's share it. Let me stop sharing. Let me go to my stream and let me share accessibility base. And we can all look at it together. So let's go to window capture. There we go. All right. And I will try to. So here we go. Put it in accessibility, and let's see if I can put this to the front. Let's see. All right, there we go. Let's see, Kim, can you please talk more about the various plans on accessibility base? Yeah, let's do that now. Um, so join. So here are the plans for accessibility base. Let's go ahead and talk through these. Service provider is for if you are providing services. So consultants, auditors, remediators, other specialists. That's where you come in at $29.99 to $49.99 a month. Partners, this is the other side, and this is also really helpful if you're paying attention, because if you're a partner, this can bring in marketing agencies and development firms and design firms to where it's the other side around. So it's not completely one-sided to where it's like a bunch of accessibility professionals that are, trying to get work. You also have the work coming in off the platform, and you can contact these people who are looking for partners. I can tell you that I get emails from people that are asking me, hey, can I partner up with accessible.org? So there are many people who are on the other side of this. They need help with accessibility. In fact, one really nice ratio is accessibility professionals are in the minority, and the need for accessibility professionals is much higher. All right, so stream. Okay. Um, and by the way, add in any questions as I'm going, because I want to make sure I get to all of these. So then there's the connectors, and this is for people who want to, is in a sense, bridge people together. So partial middlemen here, but also middlemen that are bringing value because they are networking, they are partnering, they are recruiting, and they are looking to connect others. So like, let's just think of someone who works on behalf of an association. They provide a lot of value because they can bridge that association, and they can connect you. They can get listed, and they can be someone that you work with to work with that entire association. Because the other part of this here is that there are so many different fragments of people that want to connect with genuine accessibility professionals, and the enterprise accessibility companies are getting in the way of that, and they're extracting the value from the marketplace and creating economic waste. So there's the connectors. There are hiring. So if you're an organization who is looking for contract work, for project opportunities or employment, you can hire directly on accessibility base. And then if you have a product or service, so let's say you have a web app that you want to promote, and maybe you want to showcase the accessibility, that's also a possibility here. Yes, you can be. You would just need to have two different pages because they'd be. So Kim asked, can I be a service provider and a partner at the same time? Yes, but you'd need two different pages for that, because, I mean, you could promote it. You could promote both at the same time. Like, there's not a limit. You get to have different sections on accessibility based where you talk about what you offer, but to be one listing or another, you would have to have both listings. Does the discount get applied if you subscribe for 6 months or up to a year up front? Um, I have it right now for 4 months, but if you want to go ahead and go for the long term, I'll go ahead and make the 50% up to a year. So to answer your question, uh, and yeah, to answer your question, it'd be up to a year. It could be up to a year. So if any of you guys want to sign up for a year already, we can do that. I had it initially as 4 months, but if you want to go ahead and take it there, we can. The reason I had it at 4 months is I want to basically give you a discount on coming in early, like an even more of a discount, and then show you what accessibility base can do. But if you're all in already, then yes, you could go up for a year. And by the way, the value starts right away. Like you can link to your page, showcase your page. And I've noticed that a lot of accessibility professionals don't have this. Like some have a website, some don't, but many will rely upon their LinkedIn, which again really isn't optimal if you're trying to directly sell. So that is in place. I'm trying to think what else, but those are the plans. Do you have any more questions about the plans? And I would show you a profile page, but I just created one and I have to adapt it. So I mean, this is happening right now. Most of this is in place, but I'm still working on I'm still working on rounding all of this out. Keep in mind, this has been a project of mine as I'm working on other projects, but I really think this is the future. Like when you look at the marketplace, to me, when I look ahead, I don't see people. I don't like. Think about this. This is something I've always noticed. There are so many smaller entities that cannot afford a minimum of, let's say, 15,000 or $20,000 a year, which is what some enterprise companies have as a price floor. And you cannot like you're not going to get in for any less. And people just need more affordable services. And so the best way to bring about affordability is to connect people one on one with the service providers directly. You're very welcome. I'm glad that makes sense. And you know, this is what's going to happen, right? Like as soon as this opens up, like think about the people that are going to come over that were on Fiverr and Upwork. How long are you going to continue on Fiverr and Upwork and surrender maybe 25% to 40% of the aggregate fees across buyers and sellers? How long is that going to continue? Um, and I think with accessibility, it's the perfect niche to specialize in just one thing and have it centered around just one thing. Um, but yeah, that's the live stream. Like this is what's next. This is what I'm working on, and this is something where I'm going to be talking about this in the community on the Discord, and we're going to I'm going to there's going to be updates, and right away we're going to see you're going to have that the you're going to have this rolled out, and you're going to have these features rolled out, and the other part of it, what I was mentioning earlier, will you or do you already have any videos or tutorials on strategies for a good website, like a front page presentation, which services to promote, how to present services? No, I present ourselves. I don't have anything specifically on a website because I don't think there's like one way to have a right website. But with these pages, what you'll see is like a standardized template that I think gets right to the point, which is what a lot of people are looking for. But we'll talk more. I'll talk more. Like we will talk more about strategies on a good website. So yeah, that's not. I will have that video, by the way. That's happening. So what's the difference between 20.99 and 49.99? So the difference is you will have with a small business, you will have the ability to promote yourself more uh, on more different types of channels and content. So let me tell you what's happening in the future. In the future, accessibility base will have an Instagram. In the future, accessibility base will have a YouTube. In the future, accessibility base will have a Medium. And so what will happen is if you're in the 49.99 month tier, you're going to have the ability to partake in all of that. So um, that's what's coming in the future is like you can have more chances to market yourself, and think about it too as well on this side. When you market yourself, you're going to have more power. That's what's missing when people start new channels, right? Like a new YouTube channel, it doesn't rank right away. You see my channel comes up over and over in Google. Other channels do not. uh, and so what the reason why is because when you're starting new, it doesn't resonate, right? You just don't have that social proof that Google or Chat GPT is looking for. And so this is a way to circumvent that as you go through accessibility base, and then when you post a blog post, it ranks better right away. Like right, like when you post a YouTube video, same thing. And then Instagram, I think, is down the road. I'm not all in on Instagram. In fact, I haven't really used it, but what I have seen recently, and I posted this in the video in the channel lately recently, is that Instagram posts are now ranking in Google. But to answer your question, the difference is you will have more of the ability to participate in the different channels on accessibility base, and so there's even more to it that potentially to it later on. But that's what's separating it, is that you will have more access to more content promotion. All right, so we're coming up on 1 hour, so I'm not going to keep this that much longer. I do plan on having a live stream where I answer more questions, but now this is going to be known to everybody in the community. Um, yeah. I think if you want to upgrade, you could start at 29.99, and this is for service providers specifically. And I think one of the difference too is there will be a badge that you're a contractor versus a small business. But if you want to upgrade later, you can upgrade later. Just know that you'll upgrade to whatever is available at the time, right? So it's going to take a few months, probably 4 months before this really gets going. But just when you upgrade, you're upgrading at that time, and so it will be different. But right now, yeah, you can upgrade. You can upgrade for sure. You can always you're always going to be able to upgrade. What I'm getting at is just that the upgrade might be different when you upgrade, because like I said, and I want to be clear about this. This will increase in price. Like there's no way that we're going to build this up and it's going to like rank in Google, and then someone's going to be able to sign up and just like have a page on accessibility base for $50 a month. No way I'm letting that happen, because uh, it's the upfront work and the infrastructure is in place, and a lot goes into this, and you obviously you all contributed to this as well. So you can't just walk up off the street and then get this for the same price later. Um, when can we sign up? Give me a day, because I think you can sign up right now and everything will be fine. But like, give me a day on this, because I want to make sure that it's everything is in place. And by the way, I'm going to go to join right now, so you can look at what happens um, when you can look at what happens when you join. So let's go to become a service provider. So you enter in your name. You've got a headline. You've got your location, because people are interested in your location. So a write up of 250 words on what you offer, your background, your experience, your career path. I might change the wording right here on career path. About you personally. So this is a way. This is not what you'd expect, but I think it's good for connecting. Maybe you like certain movies, etc. But it's a good way to show that you're a real person, because a lot of what gets lost here is just like, who even is this? Is this a real person? You don't have a connection with them, and I think this part allows for a connection. Let me answer questions first. Let's see. I am all in for the year as a business, but I can't fill out all the details. Can I update my profile for sign up? Yes, you can. That's just a feature I need to have. Go ahead, Mauricio. Go ahead and give me a day on this, and I'm going to announce in the membership that you can sign up. Just give me a day, but right now, let me make sure that everything is working as it should be. How long did you say that the discount code will be valid to use? The discount code will be valid for a year. I'm probably going to limit that to like a month, but for the next 4 months, it will be available until March 15th. You really like my color scheme? Good. I'm glad. That's good to hear, because I wanted something. I wanted something more lively, more connected to AI, more vibrant, more neon, and so I wanted to do something different here. Um, and you'll really like the page, the listing page when you get it. It will contain all of this information. It's presented really, really well. You have to put an hourly rate, and this is required of everybody, because I think this is one of the sticking points to a lot, is just that when you look at websites now, people don't put their price in. Like, that's what people want to know. Like, okay, I'm interested, but how much do you charge? So here's the hourly rate. Discount code. Yeah, so what the 4 month discount code is base 50. But again, just I'll give you all of this information in a day, and it will be inside of the Discord. And by the way, oh, it will be after. I'll tell you when I'll put this information up. It will be after the Tuesday deadline because there are some people I think are going to drop off from the membership. And you, by the way, you can't sign up for Accessibility Base unless you're a member of the YouTube channel. So this is also a gated entry. You can't get in there. You can't get into this unless you're in the YouTube channel. So only you have access to this, and only people who sign up for the YouTube have access for this. So it's not a matter like you can't sign up directly. Maybe that changes in the future, but right now you can't just sign up for this. Like you have here like you have to be a member of the YouTube channel to sign up. Thank you for the solid name because I spent a while to make sure it was a good name. I didn't want to get just any name, and so I took a while to think of it because I want the marketing and the branding and everything to be on point. Um, and so here you say I am a member of the YouTube channel, and then so you can see there are already some discounts if you sign up for longer, but I'm going to, because you guys are among the first, I'm going to extend that 50% to where it brings down these prices. Will people looking for us resources need to be logged into Accessibility Base? Kim, I don't understand that question. Oh, US resources need to be logged into Access. No, anybody can find this. This isn't a closed platform. I want your profile to show up number one in Google for accessibility remediation, etc. This isn't like you have to be a member of Accessibility Base. Anybody can use it. Anybody can come up here and start looking right away. Um, and so on that note, let me go back to the Accessibility Base homepage. I misspelled that. So no fees, no sign up, just search and connect, only pay to get listed. So you can start browsing right away and you can join the network if you want to be listed, but you don't have to sign up to view your page. You're welcome. Let's see here. So continuing on with the service provider, you can see there are so many different specialties and credentials and technical experience options that you can add, but I limit you on purpose because I don't want people to specialize in everything. So I think, Kim, this gets at what you were saying earlier is like, well, we're going to have the same person on here over and over again. Not as much because you can't just say I specialize in everything. I don't want that. You shouldn't be specializing in project management and training and then e-learning and procurement and social media. You have to pick a few. I might actually limit this to more later on, but for right now I have it more open. But you can't specialize in everything. Assistive technologies, I have platforms, the platforms you specialize in. So I think this will be helpful for someone that is looking for more of these fringe platforms. And then you have the industries, and then here are the links. So you have your website, your LinkedIn, and your YouTube. You can all link to all of those. And unless you guys really want other links, I can't think of any other links to add. But that's really all you'd need anyway for optimization because, I mean, the whole point here is not, because nobody's going to sit there and look at like every single property you have. So it really is about your website, your LinkedIn, and your YouTube. But these are direct links. And by the way, if you're concerned with SEO, it's do follow. So it's not a no follow either. This is do follow so that you can help bring your SEO along. And like I said, for the first 25 people that sign up, there's going to be a direct do follow link, and this is coming from accessible.org. So that's even more, right? Like that link alone, and the fact that it's do follow and it's flowing through to your website, that link alone is worth the price of admission, right? So I mean, I'm just going to make it to the point where, again, it's illogical not to go through these services, but at some point I am going to increase the price because it's going to be too good of a proposition. It's going to be to the point where it's like accessibility base is showing up in Google for accessibility remediation. I need to have a page on accessibility base as soon as possible. Yeah. So Mike, I know you have an SEO background. That's what I'm getting at here. Like I'm making it so that I want you guys to benefit from this. This isn't a scheme for me to make money. This This is a value proposition where I'm making sure that you're going to get value out of this. So just on the SEO side, when you think about a do follow link and a do follow link from a page that is going to start to really rack up the domain authority. But not only that, I'm going to link directly to your page from accessible.org, and I'm not doing that for everybody. It's the first 25 people that are in, and the reason I'm doing that is because I want to make this obvious. And that's, think about the social promotion as well. The social promotion is you have now someone who is going to be will I limit the number of people in accessibility base? I don't think so, but I'll probably have to have measures to make sure that there's no duplicate content. But I mean, to answer that question, Kim, I hadn't thought of that yet. To me, I've been more thinking about like making sure that I get it more people faster is what I've been thinking about. Yes, the recording will be live inside of the membership to catch up later. Thank you for joining, by the way, Anna. But to go on the SEO point, oh no, to go on the promotion point. So guys, like you're going to be promoted like starting now. Like you will be promoted on LinkedIn and Twitter. So your page will be promoted and it will be there, it will be there to get your name mentioned. And something I mentioned earlier that I never got to is I will tell you the secret to success when it comes to online visibility. It's a raw number, and it's however many times your name or your brand is mentioned. The more times it comes up organically, you can't spam it and make it happen, but the more times it comes up organically, the more success you have. Let's see, the base name that we use. If I get a business account, I would like my company name, but should it be my personal name too? Not sure if this is clear to me. So you could choose either or. It's up to you. It's when you sign up, you need to have a minimum of 2 words, but you can make it your company name or your personal name. That's really your preference. It's a great question, but it's up to you. It's however you'd like to do it. But yeah, as far as company name, I suppose there's some more SEO benefit there, but with the names, just think about too though, you want to Google now doesn't really reward the over SEO too much. Like when you try to make your keywords like the H1 and the title 1, if you look on Google, it's not about that. It's kind of like when you over optimize, you under optimize in a sense. So keep that in mind. And I suppose I could have more instruction on that, but like you make a good point. It's something I would be thinking about too, which name to use. If you're a small business, go with the small business. I just want to be sure I understand before I jump, because I don't think this is part. Is base 50 a monthly discount for the first month? No, it's for the first 4 months. First 4 months. So like if you signed up for contractor, it'd be $15 a month, and you'd be getting everything I talked about. So base 50 is for the first 4 months because, but then it stops. So at month 5, then the monthly discount stops. But that's really like an incentive and a reward for joining early, because it's obviously not built out yet. This hasn't been realized yet, and I know that you guys are looking at this and it's like it's still new. It's still new. Like I literally haven't finished it yet. But when you join, then that will be the case. What happened to the full year? So Deshan asked me, and I apologize if I mispronounce your name, but I think it's Deshan or Deshaun asked me earlier about the full year. That's possible. If you want to go ahead and sign up for the full year, we can make that happen. And so he asked and I said yes. So like it's possible, but I can tell you like coming into this presentation, I only had the 4 months available. So that's the difference. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. I want you guys to see like what I'm doing here. Like I know this is new. This is just beginning, but the infrastructure is in place and I'm designing it purposefully so that you guys are set up for success. And the more people that realize about this, the more valuable it comes. Think about all the people that are on Upwork right now. Think about the people on Freelancer. Think about the people that are getting fired and they're looking to to start off on their own. This is all up for grabs right now. Yes, Deshaun, yes. Thank you for so Deshaun asked, I'm working on my site and it's not ready to be put up yet. Will I be able to put it up when it's ready and still take advantage of the follow? Yes, you will. This is really exciting. Yes, Mauricio, this is what I was hoping you guys would see, because not everybody, when you explain something, not everybody sees the vision, but the vision here is that this becomes like we start ranking on number one, right? More content, more links, more social activity. You guys, the more this base grows, and that's why I said the power of 50. When we get to 50 people, think about this. Think about all of those incoming links. Think about all of that organic social activity. And remember, with the social activity, you are still promoting you. Like, we're promoting you, and you are retweeting that and following that, and it's showing social proof that you've got this accessibility platform that is promoting you. You're on this, and so it's just going to grow from there. And this is how we take over the accessibility industry. Is it's really like a collective effort where this accessibility base becomes the base and it becomes known itself. So it's not only about ranking in Google. It's not only about the AI citations. It's about people going and to this directly and thinking, yeah, why not? Like, why not just go to the source? Why not just go to the accessibility experts and look through these profiles to match our project or to match what we need? So you could get hired from a job from here. You could get project work from here. You can get contract work from here. And again, it's open. What I love about this is it's open. I'm not trying to hold you guys down. I'm not trying to make sure you're only on this platform. No, that's why everything's wide open. Hey, go to their website. I don't care. I'm not trying to charge a percentage of every dollar you make. It's just this flat fee, right? It's just this flat fee. You already know what you're paying. I talked to someone in India the other day, and he's getting work off of Upwork. And he's paying not only the Upwork fees, you've got the buyer's Upwork fees. He's also paying to advertise. So he's just, I mean, think about how much money he's paying out every month, like literally hundreds of dollars. Right here, right here. Like, this is it. This is your advertising and this is your marketing. Imagine if your entire advertising and marketing budget was $49.99 a month, and from that you were pulling in tens of thousands of dollars a month. That's what I want for you guys. That's what I want. It's this. This is what I see as a natural progression, and I'm going to be listed on this too. By the way, I want to be on this. So accessible.org will be linking to accessibility base because I'm going to have profiles. And you can bet that I'm going to take full advantage of my profiles. I'm going to have accessibility tracker on here. I'm going to have my own personal profile on here. I'm going to be promoting this, and I'm going to be following the same rules you guys are following. I'm going to be linking to it. Accessible.org is extremely powerful links. These links are going to be coming into accessibility base. So there's a lot to fill out here on the other side, but you guys see what's coming down. Like, you guys see that this is something where there's a very, very high upside. And I think when more people understand what's going on here, they're going to buy into this, and this is going to be realized in the marketplace. Anna, thank you very much for joining. I'm glad this is exciting. Thank you for joining again. Unbelievable. Yeah, this is new. Nobody has seen this. This is the first of its kind. I've never come across anything like this. So yeah, if there's any other questions, I'll stay on to answer as many questions as I can. I really hope that you guys are like, you're indicating you're seeing it. And when I thought about it, when I thought about the power here, I mean, we've already got 5 people in. That's already a really strong start for something that's brand new. So brand new, it's not even done yet. But 5, the power of 5, we only have to get to the power of 50. When we get to 50, think about what this will be. When we get to 50 profiles, it's that much more content, that much more social interaction, that many more links. It's going to be big. This is going to be big. It's here. You guys see it. It's right here. So give me. It's like 5 months time. We start to stack one member after another after another. It's like, it's, as I said, it's like the Costco of accessibility, where you just start going to it, and you, every time you go, you at least like what you see. And I think another part of this that, Kim, you asked about, it's wide open. You don't have to. There's no closures here. Your profiles are open, they're public. I want them to rank in Google. Rank in Google for everything, right? Like that's what I want. That's the idea here. And you can promote your page more and more, and you'll lean on the overall authority of accessibility base. So that's there. So you want to, so in some cases you might not even need links, but you can feed more links to it and then grow your page. And so there we just have this effect where everything is working all together. Like I, Mike wrote, it's like being on the call with the founder of Upwork back in 2007, but without the Upwork lock-in. Yeah, and I don't think about like, I don't like when people try to lock you in. Like I think about Facebook, how, I don't know if you guys remember, but Facebook pages, Facebook did a really deceptive thing. They let everybody send all of these followers and likes to their pages, and then everybody was primed to start promoting to their followers and their channel that they had built up. And what Mark Zuckerberg did was he decided now you have to pay to market to the people that you funnel to Facebook. And that's the kind of thing that I can't stand. Like that's so unethical. But it gets at it shows you the theme over and over again is that a lot of these corporations and a lot of these larger entities, they look to extract all of the value. So they don't want you making any money off of their platform. They only want to benefit from you being on the platform. I don't think so. Like I think a different way. I think there needs to be more value in the marketplace and it needs to be realized more. Even when I charge more to be listed to have a page on accessibility base, if you'll still like people will still sign up because it will still be a tremendous value. It's just not going to be the value that you guys are going to have because you are early in on this. You know, I will I'm going to remember it, right? Like I'm going to remember everyone who's like coming in early, and the value is just going to stack and stack and stack. I'm not done. I believe in value, and I want to make sure that you guys are getting such an extreme deal. Like just the value is 10x, 100x, 1000x, 10,000x, literally 10,000x. That is what I have in my mind. So I want you guys to take, even if you didn't sign up for accessibility base, you still have access to the content library, to the Netflix. And so even with that, I want the value to stack. Like I'm already going to be working with some of you. Um, so the idea is that we're just going to add more and more value to this. And then Deshaun, you wrote, I think it would be cool to add coaching or tutoring as a specialty option. I think it would be a fun service to provide UI UX designers. So I have training. Does that do you yeah, I can see coaching being different from training. So I'll add coaching. Done. Done. That's another part of it here. You know, if you guys see something that's missing or you'd like to have, we're not, we're not necessarily limited. Obviously, I have final say, but I mean, that was live chat suggestion done. Coaching added. It's going to happen. Thank you for the suggestion, Deshaun. We're going to add that. Let's see if there's anything else here. No, this is really optimized. It's going to be, I didn't really think of it this way, but it's not really social. No, it's not social because it's just a page, but maybe it does end up having a social element. Yeah, yeah. Well, I think training's different than coaching. Training is, I mean, they're the same category, but you have, I think those two are related. Um, let's see. We've had Anna in here. Anna dropped. We have Mike, Mauricio, Kim, and Deshaun. Any other questions, thoughts, feedback, etc.? We're still getting done. We're still going here. You mentioned Twitter quite a bit, but I don't capture Twitter handles. Uh, what do you mean? Like you don't have a Twitter username, or you don't want to be on Twitter? Which I would understand if you don't want to be on Twitter. And so if you don't want to, by the way, it's optional too. Like if you don't want the Twitter, if you don't want the tweets, then we just won't have the tweets for you. Like that, it's fairly simple. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not active on Twitter myself. Let's see in the sign up page. Let me see here. I don't remember asking for Twitter. The Twitter is if you want to be promoted on Twitter. Um, I don't. I'm only seeing the website, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So the Twitter promotion is if you want to be promoted on Twitter. I don't think it's good for the direct SEO benefit, or like that anybody on Twitter is going to think, oh yeah, there's this person who's offering accessibility services. Let me go to their page. I just think it's good for SEO and social engagement. That's why I say Twitter is because of the I'm looking at the overall like activity. When you have more overall activity, then that contributes to the SEO. So more platforms, more brand mentions, etc. But if you don't have it, then you don't have to worry about it. It's just we just wouldn't tweet out anything for you. So that's an easy one. And we'll expand too. Like it's this is just starting, so I don't want to spread thin, but like LinkedIn is going to be great. Obviously, we know LinkedIn is huge when it comes to citations and indirect SEO efforts when it comes to accessibility services because LinkedIn is so LinkedIn is it weighs so heavily in Google's algorithm, and I think with also ChatGPT and other AI. It's no, I don't ask for Twitter sign up because keep in mind that the profile page is for you, like it's for your optimization. So in terms of conversion rate, like people aren't going to be going to Twitter, like to your Twitter probably. So that's why I don't ask for that. It's not that the Twitter side of it is not about like being listed on your profile page. It's more just about the side benefits of being a member, but you don't have to have it. So I didn't think including Twitter would really help anybody in terms of conversions. When I had these pages in mind, I'm thinking, how do I make sure that this lead goes through and you have a high percentage chance of landing this lead? And YouTube, LinkedIn, and what your website are the three primary sources I can think about or I think of. Uh, okay, good. Yeah, I'm glad that makes sense. And I have this. I think I've gone through everything I have. But again, like if you guys have any more questions, I'm happy to stay and chat with you. Um, this is the very beginning, but with a lot of beginnings, it's just not is not a lot of clamor because things are at the beginning. But I'm going to push this. I'm going to grow it. I'll blog about it on accessible.org. I'll talk about it more and more. I don't, besides the YouTube channel, which I'll be promoting it on YouTube too, but I haven't talked about it a lot. Or, I mean, I haven't talked about it at all, but I haven't promoted this a lot. I didn't promote this live stream a lot. Um, so yeah, and you guys are all good as far as the channel. Uh, Probably by tomorrow. I don't wait around. I just want to make sure that everything is working the way it should be. I don't want to have you guys sign up and then it doesn't work. But probably by tomorrow. Uh, so if not tomorrow, then the next day. It won't be long. It's almost done. It's really really close. Like the infrastructure is there. I just have to complete it. So yeah, and then I think as base continues to grow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour even more money into it. So it's something where I'm going to perpetuate it um, until it's so visible that it's like you can't like no everybody would know about it, right? Like it's like think about those things that everybody knows about, like Costco being a good example because I've called it the Costco of accessibility. Like there's nobody that isn't aware that Costco exists as a retail option. And so I'm going to like as this grows and as it becomes more successful, I'm going to put even more into it. So it's like you're going to have an early page, it's going to be aged, and it's going to be one of those things where it's like the overall domain authority is going to increase, and then it's just like the content's going to jump off of the search engines, right? It's going to jump off the page. Because if you look at Google, you see the same sites come up over and over again. Same with AI, right? The same sites come up over and over again. They're looking for authority, they're looking for expertise, and they're looking for citations. That's mainly what they're looking for. And then activity also helps, especially with Google. That's what we're going to have. So when you have a page here, it's really going to jump out. And it's no longer about the straight up SEO. Yes, the straight up SEO can help, but it's no longer about like, oh, I'm using the right H1 and the right title one and my meta description, etc. That's not it. It's about the power that the overall site has, and then everything else jumps off of it. Yeah, like Reddit, like exactly, Mike. Like we see Reddit showing up in the search engines, and it's just because Google recognizes Reddit as an authoritative, in a way, authoritative source that people want. People want Reddit. People's what is it called, the retention time. People stay on Reddit, people look for it, and Google ultimately wants what people are looking for. And so that's also I didn't mention this earlier, but that's also what's in play here, right? Because people are looking for alignment. When they're looking for SE, they're looking for accessibility services. They're looking for the person that can help them exactly with their services. They're not really looking for an enterprise company with a landing page where they make you fill in your name, email, and phone number before you can talk to a rep. That's not what people are looking for. So this will include the on-page time, which is also going to help with SEO. So I think this is the direct, right? This is the end, what people are looking for. So imagine that, right? Like we're cutting out the middleman, and we're getting to the end result, and Google looks at that as well. They factor that in. Did their search, was the search query satisfied? And here I have to think that in many cases it would be, because you're finding the people that are going to help with your problem. And it's like Upwork, except for like look at Upwork. It's closed, like it's a closed platform, and Google doesn't rank Upwork unless you search specifically for something. You have to search specifically for, I don't know, let's say the word contractor for Upwork to even possibly come up. And this will be different. This is like completely open, and you guys will have access to the blog. So think about that as well. Like you now can content market, and you're not just content marketing from any website, like a new website. It's going to be authoritative website. The authority here matters so much, and that's why I think this is needed. And you can bet money that I will be promoting it from accessible.org. And as it grows, and as I make more money from it, I'm going to reinvest in it to the point to where I want this to be a dominant market player, and I want you guys to be in on it. And so that this is the Costco of accessibility. This is what I've been hyping for the last 2 months, and this is what I've had in mind for over a year now. Something to this extent, but why make it a percentage, right? Percentages are deceptive. A lot of people go for them. It's just like look at Patreon, like 7%, 10%, whatever it is, whatever tier you get. But that's a lot of money. Like, why not just keep your money and pay for the advertising and marketing budget, and then reap so much value? Like, I want you guys to pay $40 and get 4,000 a month. I would love that. That would be great. I'm not trying to take all of your profit away. You need to thrive, right? Like, that's what is missing, is like everyone's trying to take everything out from people. Like, right? Like, it's like, we don't want you to make any money, so we're going to take as much as we possibly can before you'll quit. That's basically what Upwork and Freelancer do. And on the marketing side, that's what it takes to actually, get this organic visibility, is like, we need to take everything possible before you'll actually rank, even though you can provide exactly what we're looking for. So I want the 1000x, the 10,000x. That's why I've set it up this way. I want that to happen. If that happens, like the whole platform will be successful, and I'll make money out of it anyway. But I think I want the platform to be just more than a software as a service for me, or whatever it would be. I want this to be a platform where people sign up and they genuinely get an ROI from being a part of the platform. That's the whole point. That's the point of the YouTube membership. YouTube membership is not about, my my stream cut off. Hold on a second. Okay, back. Um, had it cut off in a while. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I stayed live. So as I see this, I'm more confused about the two tiers of YouTube membership. So the YouTube membership is divided just as accessibility bases into contractors and small businesses. So the contractor tier on YouTube is about anybody who wants to who is more interested in operating as a contractor. So it's just like I'm taking contracts as they come. Maybe it's a side hustle. Maybe it's more something you're doing as a not necessarily a hobby, but you're making money in contracting. With small business, you're making money as a more formal operation, and YouTube divides the videos into two different parts. So if you're a contractor already, you're just not going to see certain videos because they're not applicable to you as a contractor. If you're a small business and you want to have something more formal where you're growing with a higher ceiling, then there are certain videos that you're going to have access to. So that's the difference there. Is like I think Mauricio, you're in the small business tier, and so you have access to everything already. If you're in the contractor tier, you just have video, you have access to videos that are applicable for contractors. And then when it comes to accessibility base, you'll just have more means of marketing on accessibility base if you go with a small business than if you go with a contractor. So that's the difference. Does that make sense? Yeah, I want it to be flexible. That's part of the way I operate is I try to have more flexibility in everything I do. Like even clients that come to me, there's no I don't force anybody into an annual subscription. I'm not looking to you can cancel at any time. Uh, I want everything to line up so that it makes sense for the buyer because to me, that's one of the ultimate displays of value is when you're so confident that you don't have to lock anybody into anything. Can cancel at any time, and that's where like I don't think I don't need to force anybody's hand. You see a lot of this in the marketplace where it's like you have to, you know, like with the accessibility companies, they want you to sign up for a year or 2 years and have this annual contract for services. And I'll if somebody wants the annual contract, I'll do that. Right? It can be more convenient for some people, but I also let anybody purchase anything that they want. They just have to. With me, you have to pay up front. I require payment in advance. And but Yeah, I believe in flexibility. I'm a there are strong ties of or strong threads of consumer advocacy with me, and I want everyone to just to get what they want. Again, it goes back to value. I want you to get as much value as possible, and part of that comes with flexibility and just the ability to get for what you sign up for. And if it's something doesn't work out for you, it doesn't even have to be a fault on my end. Like, let's just say you have so much business that you decide, like, look, I like accessibility based, but like, I just don't need it anymore. Like, I have so much business, like, I don't need the page anymore. We're going to have business in perpetuity. Then you could cancel, right? So it's the ultimate flexibility, but that's also because there's the ultimate value. I don't need to have manipulation tactics. I don't need to have psychological tactics. I don't need to have the. We've seen it roll out with what's his name, Tony Robbins, and his sidekick Dean Graciaso, or whatever his name is. I just don't need the tactics because the value's there. The value's always going to be there with me. I'm going to make sure that you get exactly what you want, and in terms of these memberships, that you get an ROI in what you want. I mean, even just like the stuff I'm telling you is stuff that, like, I know personally would have saved me tens of thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours of time. So even if it doesn't fully sink in that that's what you're getting, like, that is what you're getting. Like, you're getting the stuff that, like, I wish I would have known years ago when I was doing this, and it would just make things so much easier. And obviously, a lot of this can be applied generally, but it's all specific to accessibility and compliance because it's what I've been doing. And I had a position at an accessibility company a while ago, and I would talk to the executives on a regular basis. I know what they're thinking, and I know how they operate. And I, in a way, like, I wouldn't say I learned from them, but I learned what they were doing wrong, and I saw what they were doing wrong, and I saw that it made things difficult. And when you make things difficult, it makes the sale difficult. I'm like, if you provide value, people sign up. Like, it's not like, if the value's there, people sign up. The problem with a lot of what I see in the U.S. a lot today is that the value's not there. Like, look at a car. Like it's $60,000 for some type of Toyota. Like, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense for the consumer. So why would they sign up? I take the opposite approach. It's like, why not make this easy? And when you make it easy, you also reduce your marketing budget, and you reduce the time that you spend in trying to convince someone of a sale. I don't engage in any outreach, and there's nothing wrong with outreach, but, like, to me, like, my philosophy is I would invest it in the organic side of this so that I didn't have to do that. And because I only have so much time, and I have to, like, level up to the point where I have more people working for me on sales. That was somewhat confusing. But my point is that I would rather invest in the things that show value and are longer term versus shorter term. If you're newer, you're going to have to invest in outreach or networking or something along those lines, just because it takes too long to build up the marketing base to where you have organic leads. Like, I have leads that I basically get leads every day. So I don't really have to work anymore in terms of, like, in terms of leads. The leads come for me. It's just about the administrative side, and that's part of what the small business tier on YouTube will explain, is the administrative side, and just making sure that's as efficient as possible. Because what we cannot do is we cannot waste hours of time unnecessarily. So that's part of the YouTube membership, is like taking those hours and giving them back to you, and like making sure you don't go through these same things that I've done. So yeah, I mean, because a lot of this is just about, like money. If you look at money, yes, some of it is about purchase power, but the other part of it is time. It's like doing something that you actually want to do. So that will give you more preview into the Netflix side of accessibility, what you guys can expect coming on the video side. But when I make a video, there's usually a reason behind it. It's usually because of either someone has asked me that directly, or or I've seen it come up myself, and it's come up multiple times. Um, and then when it comes to, I'll have another video on pricing. But when it comes to pricing, I actually try to, especially early on, I try to price lower to get the momentum and to get the initial sale. And then once you have that in place, then things start to open up. Things close up, like, things get really frigid when you don't have the sales coming in. But when you have sales coming in, even if it's 20% less than you'd like, it leads to more sales. It gives you activity, It gives you momentum, it gives you experience, it gives you a client base, and then it gets you also referrals. And so like that's also what I like to see is referrals, because if you get referrals, then that's marketing in and of itself. And again, it goes to marketing and ad spend. So accessibility base, and I had this is I just came up like this is just flowing from what I'm saying. Accessibility base is a lot about building up your base for marketing and advertising so that you have visibility. So it's like again, like with the Netflix of YouTube, there's the education side. Like here's what I would do, but I wanted to have more than that so you could put it into action and that you wouldn't need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months to get started. So really putting everything in place for your success. That's this channel, and that's this membership, and that's this community. And yeah, so we'll build one by one, and it's going to. I think it will work out really well in the end. With Accessible, you saw it take me a while, but accessible.org is doing really really well right now. Get a lot of interest coming in, and a lot of larger clients. And recently, a very large company in the U.S. with multiple brands in its portfolio came to us, and they came to us while they are currently under contract with an enterprise accessibility company, and they like what I had to say, and they really liked accessibility trackers. So this stuff is working. It works. I promise. It's not just me being a contrarian. It actually works. And I mean it's when it comes down to it, it's all very simple, right? Like people understand when they're being ripped off, and people understand when they're trying. You've got the hard pressure sales pitch, but to me, it's like why not make everything easy? Like why do I have to charge the most? Why do I have to like try to extract every dollar? Like I want people to come to me. I want it to be easy, and I want it to be reasonably priced, and I want the value to be there, and I want them to get excellent services because when they do, they're going to come back. And to me, that's common sense, but it's definitely not common in the marketplace. All right, so you guys have heard me talk on and on for a while now. Um, I think that's going to be the stream. As you know, I'm very present in the community, and I will be messaging everyone. It's actually going to be after Tuesday though, because what's going to happen is there are some people that are not signed up for the YouTube channel. I'm going to have probably one or two more posts on, hey, if you don't sign up, then I'm going to remove you from the YouTube channel. And then tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern time, that is when I will remove people from the from the community, the Discord, that have not signed up yet. I will remove them. And then that is when I will announce that, okay, accessibility base is ready. So I will stick around, and if there is anything else, I will answer that now. Yes, I'll tell you. I'll tell you by tomorrow at 7. Thanks, Mike. Have a great night. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you very much, Mauricio. I really appreciate you being here. Thanks to Sean, and thank you to Kim. I really appreciate everything. And yeah, we'll pick up in the community.